Okay, hope everyone is having a nice day. We are going to be playing today some more of Beacon Pines. Been getting quite interested in what the mystery is. Like, there's stuff going on we don't quite know, and one of our friends has gone missing and stuff, so yeah, it's kind of cool. And I do like how you can go and see the different. I'm kind of excited. Okay. We're in, and I think I'm going to use controller again. Hopefully my controller is charged enough, or else I've got to put the other batteries in.
Chapter
Turn my
4.
volume up. Yeah.
The best policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess.
Oh, we had on the other option, the kid that had the messed up face ended up kind of like getting caught by all the workers and stuff.
Hopefully he could make it up to her.
And they were with us.
Finding Rollo was his primary concern.
So we're in the other option that we kind of, I think we just were mean to them or something. I think I should try do it again. Just so we know what we're doing. Okay. Tickle. No replay
Well,
branch.
Time to bust out the tickles.
Hey Tish, wanna see something cool? Yep. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the Tish, is she tickling you? Yep. Yep. Yep.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
So weird. Yep, yep, yep.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Eddie's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have to be somewhere. See you around, you
He
kid.
kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Oh. So you gonna get messed up face? Well, little creep. Vic, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? Yeah, you just got a little bit of grey. It depends. What are you feeling about more mature, refined look? Oh god.
Chapter 4. The best policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Yep. Gotta find our best friend. Well, okay. Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with grey hair just run past us in a
Roxy
panic?
and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's big. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just helping look for Rollo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the
Roxy's
truth.
temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling. But this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her.
Well, she wants to find her sibling.
Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of
In a
time.
torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rollo and I weren't just playing in Weepwood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was there in a strange suit. And we hid in a dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us. And I think it was a body. So we ran, but we got split up. And I ran home. It's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
Not your fault, Luca. Rollo's gonna be okay, I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I want to help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little tree house you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sounds like a plan.
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
But that's where we're going to get trapped because there's people going there. Unless because the other person's not going to be there, maybe they won't come to us. You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it cold? So cold here? This place gives me the willies. Okay, we're going apparently to treehouse, so we definitely can't get through there.
Mr. Nuncreed jumped with a start.
Oh, what? Well, don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry. Who are you talking to?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh no. I was just checking because I thought I heard a ring. But the dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it really. The whole thing's a waste of money if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet? Not yet. Looking... no, what? Why did I say looking? Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? Gosh, this music. What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank, and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy. If there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
Okay. There was something looking behind his eyes. There was shame lurking behind those eyes.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Maybe. Yesterday, Rollo and I were messing around the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing? Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. Dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first, we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him. You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage, I think. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said deep engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
Why? Do you know the person? Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep
Luca
you safe.
attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns can't help yourselves, can you? We were all so close to be done with
Firm
this.
shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
Oh no. It's out of my hands
The door
now.
latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Oh no. Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet.
It's like a horror.
Inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop.
This is getting spooky.
He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance.
We're gonna be in some, like, lab or something.
Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom.
Oh, so he's working for that
He
company.
knows too much. The end.
What?
Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more.
So we're gonna
Somehow
write
this
some more?
went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
What are we gonna try? Window to the soul. What else can I do? Oh, there's struggle there. Struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held
Yeah,
fast
go
to his
on.
leg. He
Take
heard
him
the
out.
crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask.
I'm really liking this.
With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3. Everything's
Okay.
fine. The
I'm
next
sure
morning,
everything's
it was
fine.
quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
So let's see how this goes. I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. So they'll get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Rollo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. I've set the jam down. Pardon me, burping. I've set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Okay. And another Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. And Mr. Nuncreed? He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yeah, he seems to have taken particular interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for enthusiastic gentlemen. Just make sure Fratelli and Tivoli get the ones on top, no problem. Off with you now while the day is young. Oh, who's she calling? Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simpler matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Ooh. Okay. Sorry about yesterday, Roxy. Can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rollo? I've got to deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. It's a whole thing. It sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is you speak of, so... Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. Yeah. Can we go this way? No. Okay, so... Where do we go? In here maybe? No. I don't even know where these people are.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. No bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me. Yeah, Gran had some jam I'm supposed to give you.
Leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on
Mr.
them.
Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes, the jam. Thank you so much for delivering this jam to
He
me.
reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post-haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course.
He
Of course.
leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know, somewhere cold. How do they keep somewhere cold? Look, Bert, do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good. Oh, no, I don't want to do this. I don't think it's this person. No. Could the person be through here? The diner? Well, if it isn't my favorite little jam runner. Hey, Miss Fratelli. Look at
She
you.
leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your gran not feeding you? She is, it's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute. What happened to Eleanor? With Eleanor? Aww, it's looking sad. I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere yearning to be with you again. Few things in the world can keep a mother from her son.
Shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yes, let's see here.
Lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
They even have my name on them. How thoughtful.
She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your gran hello for me, Luca. Will do. Oh, what's in it, I wonder?
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Oh. Oh, that's so cute, little. Can I talk to anyone? Or only the mum? Yeah, it seems like only the mum. I'm ready to help, Mama. Alright, little buckaroo. It's up to you, up to us to feed these folks while Miss Fratelli is away. I gotta deal with inventory before I can start cooking. Oh, this must be a mini game, I'm guessing. Do you think you can handle taking some orders in the meantime? Yes, Mama. Gadzooks, they shrunk the wait
Jeff
staff.
slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
How's your pops doing? He's been pretty busy these days. I know the feeling. Tell him that fishing rod he ordered should be ready next week, will you? Sure thing. I've been in the mood for something sweet. You got a burger that can satisfy a sweet tooth? A sweet burger? Yeah, to top it off with some grilled cactus. Grilled cactus? The heart wants what it wants. Okay, so cactus. Maybe it's a succulent? And succulent? Now, son, if I wanted a disappointing burger, I would have cooked it myself. Remember, something sweet. Oh, okay, sweet. So, the lollies. Indulgent and in the cactus. Bit yuck, but sure. Here's your order. I call it sweet and stabby. Huh. Now that's a burger with a bite. Aren't you a little young to be waiting tables? I'm just helping out. My father had me hustling when I was your age as well. Fathers always says, children are to be sails pulling a family ever forward. That sounds very fun. There's plenty of time for fun. For instance, father and I always make time to have lunch together once a month.
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
I'm guessing the same day now. Should I come back? Oh no, it turns out father was too busy to have lunch with me today. I'll just go ahead and eat alone. Silver lining is, without him around, I can have my usual. Nice stack of cold cuts topped with a pile of sloppy chili. What's cold cuts? Cold cuts. Tender? And chili? Maybe? I don't know. That isn't quite right. Remember, nice and cold. Is it maybe those ones that were on the end? Okay, that's not quite right. So is it the ham then? Here you are. Cold cuts, steaming hot chili on top. I call it hot and cold. Perfect, thank you. Oh, okay. Didn't look like it to me. Hi, Roxy. Luca. I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will rub off on Rollo. What can I get you? I'm not really feeling like a burger. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Come right up. Okay, chicken or bacon on top. Chicken and bacon. Here you go. I call it the Love Me Tenders. Nice. Looks like we're missing a few things. Why don't you run out and grab some more ingredients? Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so can we talk to this dude again? I could just be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn. Oh sure, sorry to bother you. It's just that Mr. Kerr had asked me to make an opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor, or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. It's more of my duty to my family, for our legacy. Sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it will be great. Let's go to bed. Hey Dawn. Hey Luca, what's up? Got you on jam delivery, eh? Yep. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, came in from the big city. Parents both got jobs here. But this one, but get this, one of them is working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest, and the other works for Eris Valentine. And Valentine represents Beacon Pine's past. Perennial has positioned itself as the town's future. Must make some interesting table conversation, I can imagine. Yeah, it would be a bit interesting, I guess. What are we actually meant to be finding? Nun Crude. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncrude. Luca, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Nuncrude eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded.
I suppose it is. So do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops those off herself. I guess she's busy today. Anyway, this is my last delivery for the day. Oh, in that
Nuncrude
case...
snatched the basket from Luca.
Gosh, she doesn't sound nice. I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see your gran. Fine then. Oh, there's the new kid. Hey you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12. Perfect, follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you you ask too many questions? Just try and keep up, okay? What the hell's this kid up to? What just happened? Well... Okay... Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Really? Get this. His favourite pizza topping in the whole world was pine.
It's expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nelly. This is Alona. We're Beck's parents.
Gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So both of you can stop obsessing about me making friends. So he's just going to grab someone and says, yep, I've got a friend. Oh darling, we never doubted you. It's just that for children with a few than 5 close friends, the probability of stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nelly means is that if we just want this move to be as easy as possible, you can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for celebration. Luca, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him, and he said he'd love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome. Oh, you won. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is next to the cottage, next to the big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by the big creepy gate. Don't be late. Or I'm back to square one on the whole friend grift. Great, see you there. Okay, we should have just gone with you. But weird that you just ditched me. Good morning, Jeff. So what's good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, if it's not all that bad. The festival is coming up. The festival. Old man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's a perennial harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, the difference between Old Valentine Company and the new perennial harvest
Jeff dug
outfit
through his pockets for a bit.
is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. That is kind of funny. Hey kiddo. Good afternoon, Luca. Can I help you find something? Maybe not. Try me. Well, there's been some weird stuff going on in the old Valentine warehouse. Can't say I know about the old warehouse. The empty hives don't stay empty for long.
Huh? Motion to the book in front of him.
The more you read about bees, the more similarities you see with people. If a hive collapses and fails, it doesn't stay empty for long. A new queen will set up shop pretty quickly. So you're saying it would make sense for someone new to start using the warehouse? Nature harbors a vacuum. Should we talk to this kid? I don't know if we can. Or maybe. Hey Jace. Hey Luca. Have you seen... Oh, okay, you're just talking about the comic. I don't care about the comic, to be honest. Can we go in there? No. We're going to the east. Here we go. So who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest. It sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing. I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens there all the time in this place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring. Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned the foul harvest thing. And you all use the same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Well, we did see it was because of the, they planted with bad stuff, I guess. I think it was that. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's just get through this as simple as possible. Just smile and nod. Eat, smile and nod. Fun. Great, whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle
Beck
that.
took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
One moment. Yeah. Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4.
Okay, we're on chapter 4 again, so we're on that same
Dinner
branch
with
bit.
the Moodwills.
Moodwills, what a name.
Ilona Moodwill was worried about change.
Oh, it was
A
Ilona.
gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into
pizza.
the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
So Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? I live with my grandma. Over the other side of the river. Your grandma, where are your parents at? Big manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at a fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. My mum's been missing for a few months now.
His
Missing?
eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Nellie, we'd have to put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck mentioned that it's your favourite. I'm sorry, are we skipping the part where he said his mom's missing? Big. I'm sorry, Luca. This move has us all a little
Luca
tired.
wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So Beck said you moved here for work.
Gave Luca a swift kick on the table.
It's like, don't talk about work. Oh. I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell us that she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her the newest lead research of deep engineering. Oh, so the name tag was of a person that was just in charge of the deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful and sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants, hope for the best, and some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dreams. You swore you didn't.
Slammed her fist into the table.
Oh, she's not happy.
Perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca. How about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rollo
Luca
soon.
glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
That doesn't sound good. Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. I didn't think there was any rain in Almanac? Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around
Luca
here.
wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It was really good. See you at the festival, Beck. I actually do like how, like, the screen is like, there's the what's in the scene, and then you got the kind of like what the sky would be like around it. Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised,
Aww.
Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people.
Well, we'll
But
see.
Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Luca began to respond. The sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Ooh, stormy. Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Oh, please don't tell me this is the end. No, it's not. Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. It's quite nice that they at least give me a place to stay if I need to. Sorry, not too much to do up here. Most of the stuff is still in boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Yeah, let's see if we can find another card.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum.
Luca
Gum?
adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for
Luca
47
wiped his hand
days.
off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
Yeah, ooh, germs. It's weird, I
Looked
know.
down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. That is very true. I prefer weird than just normal and boring. Oh wow. Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore a whole thing down to the bolts, fitted it with state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. Seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she's guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech compensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. I've never used the word boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up here, back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks. Not seeing anything else more. All these flowers.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Oh, we got
He
something
flipped open
extra.
the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview corridors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? Most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with a brilliant parent. They're always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. The sort of thing... what? That's not... What? There. Reading it wrong. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them, is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Oh, skills. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Wow, at least you look cool doing it. Yeah,
Nick took a
true.
moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rollo can be absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Graham loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I've figured out on my own though. Gotta do something, anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know, something? We're gonna register our complaints with Storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Ah!
Her voice dropped.
Don't hear my
to a
voice.
trembling whisper.
Pardon me. I just want to be a normal kid.
Brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little
As
better.
abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks, I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll work you out. See you and Roller at the festival. Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Next chapter?
Chapter 5.
Yep.
Friendly feud. The air was heavy with a hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things.
That does happen when it's
Despite
rain.
his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone. Not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes.
I don't know about that.
This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Some things can be.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
Okay, let's... Oh, wait a second. Can we go around their place? No. But we did see the bat kid. What's she doing? Hey Dawn, tracking down the lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar? How? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The documents stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age just showed up in town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about a random kid? Rumor has it old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find out all this out? How did you find this out? A good reporter never reveals her sources, Luca. Ooh, glowing. Better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Oh, I thought that was the treehouse direction, my bad. Oh, can we go into the telephone thing? Damn it. Say good on the artist who made these scenes. They're actually quite cool. Was it this way? Treehouse. That's this way. Ooh, excuse me, what are you doing? Just looking out for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. Storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late. So we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir, very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No? That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we got all sleepy? Well, we all got sleepy? course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Something's definitely going on. Rollo, are you still out there? The window. I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
I had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
Which is? You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rose scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar. You weren't even home. What? Storm got bad, I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, that storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's.
Lucas stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to the mission control. It was going to be a surprise, but you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care about you, ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. You can't stay as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously, you're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
His tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa's right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your Pa nonsense. Like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my Pa is still around.
Hung in the cold night air.
Wow, that was harsh.
Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was
Damn
too
right.
late.
Luca, good night, Rollo. That was pretty damn harsh. Dang it. Yeah, pretty much. You freaking said about his family. Can we only just sleep? Oh, no.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
You got a bowl. Rollo. What a jerk. Call me a bad friend. Oh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Oh, we can't get to it, I don't think. Oh, yeah, we can. It's kind of cool. I guess I'm never supposed to make new friends. Oh, weep. Luca?
Man cooed gently from the hallway.
Up here. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. Gotta run out and take care of some things, okay? back later, check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
And then we get up. Bet Roller's still gonna go to the festival. Ah, so we get to see the festival. Phew. He's gonna be miserable. Frollo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him. He can shove it. So what are we doing then? Are we just gonna go back to bed? No, we can't. I don't want to do that just yet.
Luca dozed off again.
Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is just to sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Lucas still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
Yeah, but sometimes that's probably the best thing to do. Because they're actually just prolonging the inevitable. No, it just says the same thing. We'd just go back to bed again then. There's never anything interesting at the festival anywhere. What's this? Oh, can we hit the ball up there? Sweet.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
A complete first
Luca
volume.
Carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art.
Oh yeah.
Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often.
That is kind of funny.
Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind.
It's just like, yeah, I have a reason to come
But
over.
it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. Girl named Beck Meldrill. She said she met you yesterday. What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He
Pretty
once
much.
again felt the weight of it all, and allowed his weary eyes to close.
We're just gonna go to sleep again.
Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit.
Oh no.
The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca
Oh,
held
just
his
dream
shivering
anyway.
hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself.
That's not good.
Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet.
That's a dream.
We've got to help them. The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit, a cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own
Alien.
face looked back at him.
Oh.
Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face, and all it got me was this. Lucas staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder.
Imagine he starts working for them.
His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son.
So we got an ending?
Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Grandma, maybe? Yeah. What's her? Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo thought about doesn't matter. But
Gran
he
silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. Just must appreciate... one must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Acceptance. Now get your little butt out of bed. Festivals today. You don't want to miss that, do you? Guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. I love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
He's got a little bit of a life lesson. Okay.
Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged
Got a
from
bit of life
seclusion,
lessons.
taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Okay, let's go find him. Can we go up here first? Not much point, I don't think. Actually, let's just go check. Hey, Dad. Can't interact with you. Go, 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 go. There you are. Luca. Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you need to buy it. What? If you're brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find
Luca
him.
looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother without his best friend. I'm doing him a favor. I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Whoa, okay. Space adventure through time. You needn't buy it if you be brave. Go somewhere quiet. Isn't that just the treehouse? How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much Eclipse, and it's not just the beetles. This morning, I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion at the festival just spooked him. Yeah, maybe that's it. Unique New York. Unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just warming up for my big ceremony
Mr. Kid
speech.
pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up, old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they are impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart, the weather's still cruddy, and this season's harvest looks like it's going to be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade at the drink stand over there looks pretty tasty. I'm still going to be mad at them. I'd rather be mad while sipping a delicious lemonade is all. Funny. On to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech. Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it. Okay, nothing there. He's still asleep over here. Ain't moving. Every single time. Yep. Hey, cool. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. They're just messing with the worker. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Haha. That is kind of funny.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Yeah, everything's fine. I don't know why my Twitch app is being weird. Oh, there we go. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know. I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Okay, let's go back to where we need to actually go. I wonder if he's actually getting me in here. I guess it's not there? Where could he be? Oh, it's the wrong button. A space adventure. You needn't buy it. If you're brave, go somewhere quiet. Most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always try to improve. Nope. It's the very first time I've seen this many smiling faces since Foul Harvest. I had my doubts about perennial harvests, but I must admit they do put it on a nice party. Hi Luca. How's Griffin doing? What? Oh, nothing.
All became flesh.
Who's Griffin? Just pretend I didn't say anything. Yeah, who the hell is Griffin? He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens. This is no time for fractured friendships. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying? I wanted to see what all the festival fuss was about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books? That's kind of funny. I was able to return the perennial harvest safety suit you borrowed. Ooh. Don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now you'll tell me what you needed it for. Oh. It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Cure, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. So she was maybe in it? I've got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town, like a bribe but with balloons. Cynical, I like where your head is at. That's what I assumed at first too, until I eavesdropped on a couple of gossip clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? Special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks they're a big deal. Oh, I can't get in. Library, somewhere quiet. Some fascinating canon towards the end. Did you know Hankatomic Shrink Array doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered, so it just looks shrunk compared to everything else. Bingo. That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers please. Alright, sorry. So something quiet. But then he said rocket adventure. Hey, that puddle's gone. Probably a Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. So it must be the library then. But I don't see anywhere else. Hi, Luca.
Eyes lit with excitement.
Been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. First riddle? Oh, you didn't think it was that easy, did you? Rollo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On planet Farpol, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. If you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. On the planet Farpol, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue. And I can tell you one thing, it's not out there. You need to find... So there's a library somewhere. Maybe it's just one of the comics.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5, from the shelf.
Once you got a book, you need to either bring it to me here or grab a different one. Okay, fifth book. Ah, you found it.
He his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 were The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5.
Yeah, okay.
Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rollo's cipher pen. Used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And I had this special flashlight needed to reveal it, but I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
Continued
grift.
flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Yeah, I know where. In grub cart. Griffin. Griffin's grub cart. He wants me to Griffin's snack cart. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Yeah, that's easy then. Pretty sure it was back here and then you go straight down. Yeah. Is it this car? Okay, there we go. Hey, Griffin. Did Rollo
Before
come?
Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or something.
Shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck. It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rollo wanted me to be sure to give that one specifically. Well, that's just...
at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come
He shook off
on.
the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
I pick up when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the
Luca
step.
finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is getting to be a whole thing. Near the fountain, a step up. Okay. Up here? Fountain and step up. I get it. Oh, steps up. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rollo owes me
Louis
one.
waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? Final task, friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task, friendship brings. Good luck, Luca. No, wrong button. Takes flight but has no wings. Final task of friendship brings. Takes flight but has no wings. Flight but has no wings. I don't know what takes flight and has no wings. Well, that, but apparently not. Balloons, maybe? A rocket? It's just rocket, isn't it? They fly but have no wings. Oh, what was that?
Luca looked up at the satellite dish. Rollo nearly killed himself putting that up into the tree.
Oh,
While
there's
it
Paul.
didn't turn the radio into an interstellar communicator, as he'd hoped, it did at least boost the signal enough to overhear truckers one town over.
Which fly but has no wings? Why is it not the rocket? Takes fly but has no wings. I'm just gonna have to go everywhere. So I can't think what it is. Okay, definitely not there. He shouldn't be in my house. Oh, actually, I'll just check around. No. Takes a flight but has no wings. That's one that's stuck on me. Could make me think rocket, but... or balloons. There's lots of balloons around. Haha, every single time, yep. Wait for it. Okay, so there's that. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. So, it's not them. What could it be? I really can't think what it is. Been pretty much everywhere. Takes flight but have no wings.
Luca peeked up at the beehive.
Please not
It
be in
appeared
the
to be
beehive.
deserted.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say they have wings.
The Valentine mansion loomed, both figuratively and...
I've been everywhere now. The only thing I can think is the rocket. But wasn't interacting. Can he help? No. Oh, he's right there. I didn't see him. Hey. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then, I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned
Willow
this.
sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Can't believe I didn't see him. Flight. Thanks. You didn't have to go all this trouble. I'm sorry I got mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened, with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know. When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rollo, still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can now talk.
Threw himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Yeah, well, you're allowed to have more than one friend. Rollo, I don't deserve you. I didn't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try some Find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest headquarters while he runs at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff with those clipboards right down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know, I've been waiting to get some work done on the MCDC mission control. At mission control, the aim is a bit unpredictable. It sounds perfect. So we're going to Treehouse, which was this way. How the balloons go with me. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran to your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand.
That doesn't sound good.
If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that.
Sounds not good.
Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
He folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we'd be looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me.
Rollo was at a loss for words. But that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
Festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
This was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Huh? What was that? Oh man, we missed fireworks.
Fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend.
Oh no.
Something as old and cruel as time itself.
What?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react,
That was weird.
encased them in ice. 2 boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
Poor
In a
kids.
silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together. For the rest of time. The end.
What a life. Like, your life just ends like that. Just when they kind of made up their friendship. Sad.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Right. And
began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Sure, you can meet Rollo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rollo I'd tell him
Lucas
about...
stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promised you'd tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're confused now. If there's a juicy secret, you've got to tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Ugh, pardon me. Going to the treehouse with me.
Lucas saw Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. Smells shady.
Grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Oh, we're going in. Maybe. Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. I've never used that word. Will you reveal your secrets to me? What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. Oh, there's the hazmat suit person. The Arius Valentine. Who's she talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order, of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when all this is inevitable, what? You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything. I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on Rubekir's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady, but that was just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Oh, it's the grandma. Ooh, that's a plot twist a bit. Family.
A chill ran down Lucas' spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing this suspicion.
Gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
Gran, you are up to something.
Chapter 5. What big ears you have.
Yeah, Grandma.
Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of the old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all this. Just let's get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. So what is Gran up to? She's being very naughty. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
Clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Or maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate. We'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so
Gosh, she's
hard
like snatching.
the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
Both looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility. Then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Just what I thought. Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. Next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, you'd better run along home now. Too dark to be wandering out on your own. So, when we got grabbed by the person in the hazmat, I wonder if that was the grandma. The answers you seek will be revealed to you in due time. Question is, the figure intoned, is you're prepared to live with the truth. Better not dilly-dally. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam? Why? I don't know. Just thought a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. Are we gonna bump into them over there? Oh, we can talk to them.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
Oh, that's why I'm rolling back. Carpet below me. It's all coming together quite nicely. Could have done it without you. Couldn't have done it without you.
Half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to talk to your sister for... thank your sister for her contributions. Yeah. Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're done tootin' he was.
Locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family, present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, are you doing all of why are you doing all this? Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just a festival, all of this. It's got to be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about agricultural business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep, little bundles of
With a glimmer
potential.
in his eye, Kurt gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. Seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Can we talk to him without him? No. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further from here. So what's your buddy Rollo like? Rollo, he's Rollo. Not practically helpful. Particularly helpful. Sorry, I've never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's he's funny even when he's trying not to be. I actually find it really hard to describe friends, really. I'm not good at describing things. That's probably just my issue. Things have been tough for his family since the Fell Harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what the Fell Harvest thingy is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. This stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So the Valentines grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good, in a sense of big, but around 6 years, Sharper Valentine suddenly died, and something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died, and everyone blamed the Valentines. Foul harvest? Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The last year... the next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why. Nope. I take it Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. It sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came into town. Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative. Yep, the first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. We better get going. It's very suspicious. About time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey Lukey, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah? While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for the test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. You're just taking the ladder up. Anything else? Oh, okay, at the window. You're not gonna let me out? That's very loud. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Lavish. What do I do? Okay, here we go. Sweet. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, you're an ass. Okay, cool. Got a ladder. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk? Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was meditative, I'll give you that. Luca, are you sure we can trust this new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So, like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How'd you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Iris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing some sort of hazmat suit.
Let out a low whistle.
They weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit, and then you saw your gran in the same suit talking to Iris Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this kind of town is awesome.
When Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated this town, or that town, and their leader is your gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged, but she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your Gran before? No, not really. It's been years since I've seen her. Are you sure it's your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed
Or
out
is
the
it your Gran?
window.
I'm just saying. Sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same about your family. You're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. And your pa always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. My Gran really is hiding something. Don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start getting into the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. Next chapter.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair.
Well, we haven't gone in the grandma's room yet.
Summer forged ahead, But the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadow. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Nothing to direct with? I don't think so. Oh, okay, someone's knocking. Can't go into Grandma's room. Oh, there they are. Rollo, what on earth is that? Oh my god, got a Sherlock Holmes kind of hat. That's ridiculous thing in your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack the case wide open. Coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, I've been keeping her busy most of the day. It's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secret? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust the first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka. She lit the fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps the fire burning every day. Rollo. Drat. It may already be too late. Just think the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere your Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah? Closet upstairs. So maybe it stands reason we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it's really important, she should keep it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought? I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in the bush. True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Right, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this is my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three
Why you got it
crowded
open?
around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey. Let me just yank on this random teacup and...
Beck pulled on one of the teacups. It slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Okay. Secret. Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Seems like it. Somehow she has like an extra room that we didn't know about. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret layers. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do we think she is? Well, she's not a superhero. We're about to find out. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Oh wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Okay, let's see. Barrel? What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive and jam jars. That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
Hint of brown sugar and ink. What?
He plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Ooh.
Rollo offered a slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A Grand Jam Gram. It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided me to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let you let it slide. But I'm a bad joke guy around here. Oh, but I'm the bad joke guy around here. Oh, I hate that I mess up my sentences. It's just how I read, I guess.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a
Who's
long
Walter?
moment, he just
Maybe
stared at
dead?
it.
What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a
Luca
doctor?
nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea you were in the presence of preeminent scholar and dense documents and cheeseburgers. By all means, Terence Willoughby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop, and now he describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Willoughby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from
Rollo
Joseph.
looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy? Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name.
Rollo's
Wait.
finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Willoughby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. She might be related to something else. Oh, so it might be related to something
Rollo
else.
scanned through several more pages.
Here the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind, exaggerated by the loss. Oh, so that's why he's like a really angry guy, because he lost his wife. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does that say
He
next?
rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be
Luca
more.
frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. She's sure she's just tracking movements of everyone in the town, out of kindness of her own heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here, both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Iris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. Why don't we don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Looks like there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to the town, and if we follow it...
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
It leads
He
right
jabbed
to
down at the end point.
town square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on the map seems has the same symbol as the explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer. Rollo, so what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the centre of town. She's gonna blow up the festival. Not if we can stop her. What was that?
Luna looked up from the map.
It sounds like she's probably coming downstairs. What was that? No, I heard it too. There was the front door, which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
What's the point to turn the lights off if, like, they can't really hide down there? They're just gonna get spotted as soon as she turns the light on.
The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Oh, so it's not Glamour. Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Not too sure who that is. Anyone down there?
3 kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo. Oh, it's one of those workers. I'm not here to hurt anyone. Just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Why'd they just walk in the house, though? It was a bit of a weird thing. Huh? Guess it's nothing.
Shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Bro, I
It
don't.
was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop.
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone
From
there?
the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that
Luca
person?
scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He knocked out
His
cold.
back
He's
flicked
knocked out
back on the
cold.
light. Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Oh, okay. Mr. Trolliver.
Chapter 7. The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Well, he's part of what the grandma's doing, I'm pretty sure, because she has been giving the notes to him. They'd run a classic good cop, bad... Oh, something cop? Good cop, chill cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this, just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell
He
rung.
looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down?
From hiding to give a timid wave.
This investigation. Well, interrogation, that is. Mistakes happen. You kids... Oh, didn't read it, my bad. Let's just get me out of these robes, we can call it
Luca
even.
glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Oh, Mr. Tolliver, why are you in Gran's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my Gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do you know we can...
Mr. Tolliver
How do I know we can trust you?
exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your Gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So, why would I turn my back on your family out? Well, Gran's apparently doing that, so why would you not? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from the town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient
Luca
notes.
gestured to the corner.
barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an
Luca looked
explanation.
again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This all makes sense in
He
time.
edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
He's gonna run away. You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past
Before the
indeed.
kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
Past it must be brought
He
to.
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light. Son of
Beck
a.
darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down
Mr.
here.
Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down here and let the adults handle
They looked
this.
bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation.
This is the end of their story
This
now?
isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
Oh.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Okay. So, is there any other ones that we'll get to? So there's the heart. Shame that ends there. Then there's fight there. What if we try hard?
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Well, it's
Rollo
usually
swaggered
bad cop,
past
isn't
the
it?
chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless.
Hey, Pixie.
Rollo spun around to face him.
Jump up. Up. Jump. Good kill. Okay, you're in the way a little bit.
He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Hey, Pixie. What do you want? You just come to say hello. Oh, really? Ow, you're clawing me. Wait, claws away. Okay, you can just sit on my lap then. Mr.
Beck
Tolliver.
and Luca gave each other an unsure glance.
Sit down.
Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver.
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
chair
world?
wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking questions here, punk. And Pixie, can you settle? Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm is a carrot and dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
Doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say I've never needed another way.
Hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance. Well, I don't even...
Oliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
Well, you've tied me down here on Earth. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. So you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good
He
lord.
shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? Oh my god, that face. She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's
His
where
voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? That's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we'd better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. No, the tent was put up by the Valentines. You would think they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? Pixie, you're being annoying. The library. If there's any information about Source thing, Cadeau can help us find it. Let's get some answers. Oh, we don't have to run there. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Adorable. Oh, Cadeau hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. Just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They've got got you working for free. It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favour. I already told you and Rollo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next atomic hangatomic. If you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bored. Call it a personal code. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the country record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspapers, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. That's great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
I'm getting quite a few chapters this time.
6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
True, true, true. If I had to read any more records, my eyeballs are going to pop out. gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring country records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a country record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be a footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey, hey, hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
What could that be? Wait, what's that name, Beck? In the orbit, J. Hartford? From Brookville Turbine 8 years ago? That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. This is my grand's name. Jupiter Hartford. Maybe those were two J. Hartfords. Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. Is your grand 6 feet under, 3 towns over? Then who am I living with?
Question hung in the air.
Oh, alright gang, go close up for the
Beck
night.
rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. My parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are we gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. Yeah, we kind of have a person
Luca's
just
heart was
knocked
pounding
out.
as he approached the house.
Gran Wally let him go.
If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
There's Gran.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Check out Mr. Tolliver in the basement. Go. Well, the door's still open here, so she probably does know. Yeah, and he's gone. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
She let him go. Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a
Or
trace.
maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
That's not good. Okay, I can figure this out. I just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
Or you could have just got food from the fridge. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He flipped
delayed.
the lid to read the label.
Mr. Duncreed, hehe. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act if nothing's wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Okay, we're going to sleep. I think we have done anything here. Yep. Off to bed. If she doesn't catch us out. Gran. Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed, play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
There's something in the jam.
Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground.
So, why'd they do that to him, I wonder?
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
So something was in that jam. The germ. Okay. Grandma's gonna come along. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Drag me to the bed. Rest now and let me handle everything. Okay.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
We didn't really drug him because he was having the jam.
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Yeah, there we go.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Nothing to interact with. Are we just going to the festival? Guess so. Where have you been? Graham put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa, ho 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 ho. Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around, but haven't seen anything odd. Your gran is nowhere to be found, but Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. The town wouldn't be here today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man.
He cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was
William
I?
Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine,
He
everyone.
gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Kind of sounds like the harvest people are taking over. Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Oh heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would it be a shame? It would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
So you were prepared then, of course. Community conviction commitment. These are the things we celebrate at perennial harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's exuberant, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am daggum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
Wiped away a single tear.
Yeah, I'm sure. A real tear. From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community conviction commitment.
Mr. Kerr
Change.
nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing more important to you than community. The perennial harvest is a community first and
Mr.
foremost.
Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the fell harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into the future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am pickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. That's how great it is. Just imagine what we can accomplish. Ooh. We all getting frozen then? What was that?
Began to look around nervously.
Is it gonna freeze everyone? Don't worry, just a little thunder. I'm going to ruin this day. Everyone remain
Mr. Kerr
calm.
quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I've learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town, and so it is with a happy heart that I can
He
proclaim
raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits.
At that
Everyone's
moment,
frozen
a
again.
merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
Well, that's unfortunate. So there's two stories that happened
For a
with.
man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of the end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything!
Pretty much.
Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Well, we got Sly there. maybe we can try Sly.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Wow. What's going on here? You're Motorola girl. Please call me Beck. Sorry about all
Tolliver
this.
looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
Seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions? Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup, but she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes
Mr. Tolliver
sense.
wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand, we never know who to trust in this
Mr.
town.
Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're both here
Twirled her
to
hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence. Ooh.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out that we were going to destroy the source, well, we don't know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up and down
I was on a
here.
roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf, and wouldn't you know, I intercepted an old phrase in Perennial Harvest transmission. Underground secrets? That's ominous? I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we had to go work on that out. I've got this under control. It's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
He didn't even realize. You guys catch that? Sure did. The whole time, Mr. Tolliver had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll have a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine, in the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it
Beck marked
seems.
each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden message. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So you would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Oh. It's anagram. Nuncreed's
Luca and
drugstore.
Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that's incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's nude rug store. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Okay, to the drugstore. Oh, what are they up to? You scared the half the death out of me. I think that's what it said. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man wouldn't be late to his own funeral. Might stop when I get to the end of this chapter. Where we were going, I've just forgot. Let's see, the drugstore. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. We caught up with... I was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? I think...
looked around nervously.
I think Kerr really does want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull the strings, installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Curl Perennial and Perennial Harvest true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just temporary agreement. The glow can be seen from the damn backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this is all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. Yeah, we're not going to listen. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. Ugh. I do hate when the villains make a good point. Oh, we're at the drugstore. What's in his hand?
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Okay then. Hey Solomon, we're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still there? I'm afraid not. Then where do you get the candy from? You might say we have an agreement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life, though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice was never let me down. Has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confections. Oh yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as a cold hard cash. Well, he's right, it's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Can we just go to the phone booth and, like, go down? Okay, let's see. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
It's not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Nuncreed's no drugstore. Pardon me. Funny. I mean, underground secrets. The password.
Flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Going down? Right, let's see
Luca
here.
cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing.
Are we gonna see what's down there?
It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. I knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth. Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. Definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the transdimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real? Rollo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predicator. I think that's the word it said. I didn't really know the word. It looks like each of these... Excuse me. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town has all farms and fertilizer, and a series of tubes. R always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realize what it means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where we just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where almost... you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. So... what do we do? The suit has been made of a broken mask. So we have found our mystery warehouse creeper. We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
His hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
I'm just gonna press a button he shouldn't. Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide? Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Oh, who's it gonna be? Oh, it's him. Shit. 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 Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absolute password. but they love anything that makes them feel clever. But they who, it's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
Toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true, I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality complications life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Manfred let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us, says he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand, and he is willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure to keep him saying yes until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this SOB story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Manfred took a menacing step towards the children.
I need to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this, but you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose, Juniper. Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say she isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His
Yeah, you shouldn't be
eyes
probably
were
saying all this stuff, but okay. You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she's messing with. Tell me now she's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in the town square. The fountain, but why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source. What the heck is the source? If she tried to destroy the source, it could catalyze, and dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. Run where? Away. Far away from this town as you can get. Head west, don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So, we're going to totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. It's getting interesting. I love this town.
Chapter 8.
Okay, chapter 8. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, yeah, gosh. That was interesting. It's getting very interesting. We are probably gonna, in the next stream, finish it, I think, because I would say it's got maybe a couple hours left, or at least an hour or something. But I am getting a bit of a sore throat from talking, because I don't usually do that much talking. Like, it probably doesn't help. I've got my fizzy drinks and stuff, and that kind of doesn't do good on the throat. So, yeah, I should try to drink more water. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. If you enjoyed the stream, it would be much appreciative if you left a follow. That would be awesome. Also, check out my socials, and I got clips and stuff over on those socials. And I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next stream. See you.